Alright guys, so I'm going to try and be a little bit quicker, at least in this video. I'm trying to get the run time down a little bit. We are going to be talking about the Orbea Oiz H30. Oiz? I don't know how to say it. That is the aluminum model. Amazing value. Let's head to the bike shop, take a look at it. But first, I gotta tell you something. So as some of you may have known, the dog that got Kayla to get over her fear of dogs passed away earlier this year. That was our Bullet. We found this guy running around at the pound, and she brought him home one day. So I've got we think he's about 8 months old. He's an Australian Shepherd as well. His name's Buddy, and he's extremely hyper. So I have been working with him. I've been trying to get him to where he's not afraid of bicycles. He's very high energy. He was an owner surrender, and he's learning his manners, but he's the most loving dog that we could have asked for. That's not what this video is about. I just wanted to at least introduce him to everybody. This is Buddy. Stop. No. Hey. What are you doing? Really, dog? Buddy, get up. So, let's just jump right into it. Today we are specifically going to be discussing this beautiful thing right here. So we are going to specifically be talking about the aluminum bike. That's the one that I'm actually more interested in than the carbon bike. Every company makes a really nice carbon bike. That's a given in my opinion. Not a lot of companies do a super clean, nice aluminum bike. Orbea's, I mean, it rivals the old Cannondales that were made in the States. I mean, this aluminum work is awesome. We've actually had people come in and they look at it and they don't believe us that it's aluminum. They think it is carbon. The paint job doesn't help with that because when the paint smudges on it, it does kind of give that little line shimmer, you know, the raw carbon look. It can actually start getting that with the smudges, which is kind of funny. So what I really think you are getting when you buy this gym is the frame, the drivetrain, and the suspension. The wheels, they're OEM wheels. The components on it as far as the seat post, the cockpit, that sort of stuff, they're OEM. They're nothing special, but they get you on the bike and get you rolling. As a whole, it is a 1x12. It's the new SLX from Shimano, which I think is beautiful. You do have, you know, the suspension is Fox, the Fox float in the rear. It's the Rhythm in the front. So good suspension. It is a nice frame. I think the platform is what you're buying at this price point. It's around 2,500 bucks, I think. First, let's go over the way the suspension works on this bike. It is a flex point suspension. I call everything that is this design flex point. That's just what I'm used to. Anyway, let's jump into that first. So the Oiz is bred to be an XC machine, and this is ever apparent in the suspension design. Using the flexing elements of the rear chainstay, flex point suspension eliminates complex pivots and linkages to provide an effective and lightweight. Wait a minute. Oh, sorry. That's the giant stance. The Oiz uses tuned flex of the seat stays to eliminate the need for a pivot in the rear axle to make a lighter, simpler bike. You get the picture. So a lot of companies use a flex point, as I call it because of giant design, because it simply works. It's cheaper to make than, say, like the Maestro, and for XC riding or racing is a great design. It is nothing revolutionary, but damn if it doesn't just work. And in the aluminum models, you can only get a 120 travel bike, which is, that's fine, because I believe in that price point of bike, you're probably not getting the Elite XC Racer. You know, the bike does need to be a little bit more rounded out for your everyday rider. But in the carbon models, the more expensive ones, you can choose from either 100 or 120. They call that the XC for 100 or the TR Trail for the 120. One thing I do love about this bike is this little sticker here. Orbea is a company that is based in Spain, and that's where the bike is from. I'm not saying that you can't have an Italian bike with a made in Taiwan sticker. I'm not saying that bike is gonna suck. I own most of my bikes are made in Taiwan, but I just respect that. It's cool that the company is making quite a few of their bikes in Spain, and they are a Spanish company. So Orbea also boasts about their squid lock, but meh, I mean, it's nothing revolutionary. It works. The main drawing point of this bike, in my opinion, though, I cannot say enough about the aluminum work Orbea has done. So this is a beautiful bike, especially for an aluminum bike. I mean, it puts modern day Cannondale to shame. I haven't seen this kind of aluminum work from a bigger brand, really. You know, Bianchi does some hydroforming on, I think, the Impulso. It looks really good, but especially on this mountain bike, this is some good stuff. All right, so I am going to be honest. One of the negatives about this price point, though, is the bike is a little heavy. It's heavy, though, because of the entry-level wheels that it comes with, the cockpit, seat post, that sort of stuff. The stuff that they, you know, cut costs on. And I'm sure these wheels are going to be fine, or, you know, even maybe a little better than fine for training. But just for comparison, I put on a set of WTB KOMs, and they are by no means a high-end wheel set, but they're not too shabby. And just that alone knocked a pound off the bike. But this bike's stock, it's, you know, 30 pounds on the nose. You know, I put those WTBs and it knocked off a pound. They're aluminum rims, nothing fancy. So, and with that being said, I believe you can get this bike down to 25 pretty easily just by changing a few things out. So yeah, guys, that is the new Orbea Oiz. I highly recommend this bike. It's gonna ride like a flex point if you've ever ridden one, but you can't deny that this carbon, but you can't deny that that aluminum work isn't just beautiful. This is by no means a review where I've ridden it for a while. Hopefully we'll get to here soon. We'll do a more comprehensive video in that, but I did just want to get it thrown out quick because I am trying to make a little bit shorter videos, none of this like 10 to 15 minute long stuff. Anyway, guys, that's about all that I have for you today. I'll see you at the next one.